What are some things that are normal to women, but mind-blowing to men? Having to be courtiers and having coping skills for so many daily situations, like walking home at night and changing the street because someone is walking behind you, having your keys between your fingers in case you have to defend yourself, faking or actually doing phone calls, avoiding certain areas that are too dark, going different ways to avoid people, packing an extra oversized shirt for the way home from a party or club, telling a friend and sharing your location when going on a date with someone you don't know yet. The list goes on and on. Avoiding certain seemingly safe spaces. Here's one time I was getting off a cab with my brother, and the driver parked the car in a particularly dark area on the road rather than a little bit farther or a little bit behind where there was light. I urged the driver to please change the spot, and my brother jumped and said no. I said to please comply, and he asked why am I being so paranoid. It was funny how clueless he was while I was shit scared to get out of the car in pitch dark, against a bushy area with trees. Getting approached and commented on near constantly. My husband always thought I was exaggerating until we were on our honeymoon. I was approached and people said gross things to me several times over the week, even with my husband standing right there. He was both shocked and disgusted. It was like any other vacation to me. Honestly, it was one of the better ones in terms of encounters. But I didn't tell him that. I'm not a woman, but I'm around my sister quite often, and I've realized that women are a lot cleaner than guys. In type of routine, she would spray pillow spray and things like that, and I think it's mind-blowing how girls clean almost everything whilst men just wash their face, put some cologne on, and that's it. That when women get close enough with each other they can say things telepathically to each other with non-verbal communication. Some chicks can lock eyes and use simple expressions to say entire sentences between them. The most I have seen this in men is the you also seeing this shit look, which doesn't compare at all to the level women seem to be able. Safety. Last week I was talking to an older friendly neighbor. He is 82. We chatted for about 10 minutes. He invited me in his backyard to show me his olive and fig tree. Told this to my partner. She answered that she would never do this. Even if he is 82, she'll never trust a man who ask her to come in his backyard alone. I don't think I ever seen or knew a guy that had cried in front of another person. So it blew my mind when one of my classmates cried after failing the midterm. But what made it even crazier is another classmate hugged and comforted her. What? Why aren't she in some dark corner crying, avoiding human contact? The amount of time it takes to do hair. Don't get me wrong, it looks amazing when done, but the process of a woman getting her hair ready to go out is mind-blowing to me. Washing, drying, styling, etc. I'm sure I've completely butchered process, but I love the finished product and don't mind waiting. The great variety of clothing styles, sandals in the office, sexual attention on demand, mind games, e.g. being extra nice to someone they dislike to grate them, contradictory saying they don't like Z's yet obviously loving it, etc. Tits. Body movements like if they dance, skincare, passiveness, cuddling, physical affection from our platonic friends. Some of the men in my therapy group are so touch-starved, and it makes me sad that they can only get that from a romantic partner. I have easily 10 friends who, if I really needed a hug, would drop everything to come hold me. I feel like deep, fulfilling, soulmate-level friendships. I know men can have these, but my friends know everything about my life. They are there. We talk every day and have for the last 15 years. I'd say my greatest accomplishment in life has been maintaining these friendships. This is going to sound so dumb, but having breasts, stay with me here. How many guys, regardless of age, fantasize about fondling breasts? And then go look at the responses to those Reddit posts about if you were the opposite gender. For a day, what would you do? Many women regularly buy new underwear because some of them got ruined. It would be very concerning if most men periodically thought, oh, I need new underwear because these old ones are gross. They're stained a different color than when I bought them. You are standing in a busy bar and someone wants to pass you. If you are a guy, hey, excuse me, little tap on the shoulder. friendly smile, and request to move. If you are a girl, someone puts their hands on your waist and tries to move your body away. The genuine positive love female friends seem to share together, then absolutely backstab and shit talk each other when behind each other's backs. Women are brutal and terrible to their closest friends when around other women. It's genuinely disturbing. Yes, and the number one thing that men have a hard time understanding is how much personal safety is an ever-present concern for women. Whether it's work, at home, dating, or walking down the street. Emotional labor. We aren't superhuman in our ability to locate things or replace something before it runs out. It is years and years of training and conditioning, and everyone is certainly capable of it, but the responsibility is largely set on women. I see a lot of videos of girls slapping each other's butts and groping other girls' breasts like it's nothing, and they're all laughing about it and having a good time. And I'm just like, God why wasn't I born a lesbian? I want to do that too. Realizing men want you sexually when you're a child. I was about 8 or 9 when my friends began to get catcalled, followed, stalked, etc. Often by old men. I think most women realize at a very young age that men see you in a sexual light. Boobs. I don't understand. It is just round fatty tissue dangling from your chest, but it brings so much fucking joy. Epic montage of a man getting ready to dispense revenge. Gets distracted by boobs and giggles like a toddler. How absolutely horrifically painful period cramps can be. Like can't think straight, vomiting, want to die levels of pain. 3 Advil and 45 minutes can get many of us back to good as new though. Until 6-8 hours later when it wears off. On a lighter note, shopping at multiple stores for a fancy outfit for a special occasion. One store for a dress, another for the shoes, another for the jewelry, etc. Men. One store men's warehouse, boom. Done. Being constantly harassed by men for sex. When men finally see it, it's usually from a gay man, and they're like, it's so uncomfy, gay men are so forward or some shit. NDM like no, most men period. WTF. The amount of preparation they do when they go out alone. Especially at night. Between me and the average woman. She'll be the one ready with pepper spray, alarm, and an emergency location app. I don't think some of these responses are mind-blowing. They're more of a response to what do women deal with that men don't. We're familiar with things like periods and their purpose. To quote Courtney Barnett's song Nameless. Faceless, I wanna walk through the park in the dark. Men are scared that women will laugh at them. Women are scared that men will kill them. When your wife has an hour-long conversation with a friend, and then calls another friend to talk for another hour about the previous conversation she had with her other friend. As a guy, I find it mind-blowing that a lot of women can have hour-long conversations with other women and never seem to run out of things to say. Even with women they just met. Women and their girlfriends having to track each other on apps after nights out, gym, almost any fucking activity in public just to make sure they all get home okay. The number of women that have suffered sexual abuse at one point or another in their lives. It is absolutely unbelievable to me. Although I know it's true. A big one I've noticed is safety. I'm always asking people to text me when they get home their destination, and the guys I hang out with are like, regularly getting catcalled. Yeah, sure, you might think it's completely innocent, but more often it's degrading and makes women feel uncomfortable. The wizardry that they do with their hair in split seconds. Like, woman, how TF you got your hair tied up in a bun in the time it takes me to blink. Physical touch and emotional health. It's unreal just how much cuddling with someone just one time can affect a guy's mood for months. All females have to do to have an orgasm is cross our legs and squeeze. As a woman that has mastered it since 13 years of age, now 27, questioning whether or not we could run away to safety in the footwear we're buying, and using that answer to factor into our decision. Treated by every man as a fuck toy the second you're single. All the male friends start frothing at the mouth to get into your puns. Buying gifts for friends on birthdays and Christmas. The importance of Mother's Day for your wife, not just their mother. Skin care in general. My GF uses lotion, even for her feet. I barely use one for my face, and she does it every night. How they can take their bra off from under their shirt. I don't know why we find it so impressive, but it is. Literally taking like 1 hour to prepare for a journey, something that men need a span of 1 second. Dieting and losing no weight or gaining weight, or your male partner drops 30 pounds, no problem. That women regularly shed their skin, how is this not up higher in the list yet? Working a full-time job and also doing 90 of the chores and childcare. Astrology. Women are tuned into a different frequency than us men. Discharge can bleach underwear, not stain, actually remove color, for better or worse. Unsolicited attention from the opposite sex. Being afraid walking down a street at night. For the most part, going out with no money expecting others to pay your bill. Going to the bathroom together when out on a group date. Standing in line to use a restroom as the usual case. Free time, compliments. Being able to display emotion, taking a pregnancy test as part of an annual physical, expecting your significant other to be a mind reader. Did you run this question by the gender fluidics? Having to concentrate really hard to have an orgasm. That support connection women have with each other.